All right, welcome back. So we let me see if I can get this refreshed. This is let me see here. We're going to talk about Natasha real quick. Natasha returns to Senate. Hold on 1 second. Let me just see here if I can get this done. Share. Okay, there we go. All right. So because of everything that's going on here, I'm in a hotel connection, so it's a little bit funny, but I think we got it. We got it. All right. So you guys will walk with us today. So I'm looking at the report on Tribune Online, onlineng.com. It says Natasha set to resume. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it says Natasha set to resume Senate after 6 months suspension. Senator Natasha akpoti-uduaghan, representing Kogi Central, is set to return to the National Assembly later this month following the completion of her 6-month suspension. Her lawyer has confirmed. Her counsel, Victor Giwa, revealed that the senator, who has been on vacation in London, has made plans to resume plenary when the Senate reconvenes on September 23. And I quote, actually, she's ready to resume our term. She's in London. Everything is in place, and the 6 months have expired. The only thing left is a resumption, Giwa said. He also assured that the Senate leadership was expected to welcome her back without any obstruction. And I quote, we have been told that even the leadership of the Senate is ready to welcome her. So that's the situation at the moment. There is no obstacle at all, he added. Akpoti-uduaghan was suspended on March 6 following allegations of insubordination after he reportedly rejected a change of her she reportedly rejected a change of her designated seat during plenary. The suspension, based on recommendation from the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petition, also saw her stripped of aides, office privileges, and salaries. The senator has maintained that her suspension was linked to her petition accusing Senate President Godswill Akpabio of sexual harassment, a claim the Senate dismissed. She later challenged her suspension in court and secured a judgment she said favored her recall. However, the Senate leadership insisted that she would remain suspended until the full 6-month period elapsed. Her attempt to return to the National Assembly in July resulted in a standoff as security operatives barred her entry despite a large crowd of supporters outside. With the expiration of the suspension last Saturday, Giwa expressed confidence that pending legal disputes would not impede her return. And I quote, everything will be resolved. Even the court cases will become like an academic exercise, he said. Anyway, wanted to hear your thoughts on that and bring you back up to speed with Natasha. Apparently, she's been hanging out in London.
Well, we'll return shortly to the issue of London holidays. But let's talk about the moral of her returning after the stormy circumstance of a suspension from the hallowed chambers of the Nigerian Senate. Honestly, it's almost like a learning curve for many of our distinguished senators in Nigeria. We will always do everything possible uh, to make sure that we do not talk down on that institution. But they themselves have much to do for self-elevation and to also make sure that they earn their respect from Nigerian citizens. They are, I mean, beyond the fact that everybody focused on our reluctance to move to an assigned seat because our complaint was that she was not briefed before the changes were made or the change was effected. But the House or the Senate argued that it did it within in the context of its established rules. Now, what Nigerians love to interrogate is whether those House rules, those ground rules in the National Assembly or the Senate in this instance, if those ground rules are in conflict with the Nigerian Constitution, which is the grand norm, the overriding document when it comes to how the state or the system is supposed to be run effectively. Now, what is the moral out of this? She ultimately, whether she secured a judgment against the Senate, whether she was given a fair hearing, saying that, oh, what everybody saw was a reaction in the public, the reluctance to move to another seat. How about the hidden fact of an alleged sexual overtures, harassment from the presiding officer of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, which nobody was willing to uh, hear, her, hear her out on. But as the Yorubas will say, especially when people are vengeful, when the only thing people want to do is to really show that they are mighty, and when they do not try to project soft power in place of the alpha male thing that was really used mightily, heavily against Senator akpoti-uduaghan. And what is that Yoruba thing? Ojú tí olówó tó ra ilẹ̀ tí ilẹ̀ ṣẹ́kù. I do not understand. I mean, I do not know if you understand the import of that proverb in Yoruba land.
No, explain, sir. I'm listening.
Yes, ojú tí olówó tó ra ilẹ̀ ṣẹ́kù. Shame on a rich man that has bought so much estate, so much land, yet there is still more left out there. No,
with all that money, right?
Yes, look at all the overtures, look at all the interventions that were made to the Senate leadership. Even the reality, the present situation in which women are underrepresented in the National Assembly, yet they still went the extreme swing. You see, when people do not know how to pick their quarrels, I do not know how many, I mean, how some of us make good husbands in our homes. If you are locked in a struggle with a woman, say, I mean, you are doing a kind of tug of war with a woman, whether you are able to smash that woman to the ground or the woman takes you to the cleaner, the shame is still on you, the man. But look at the way our people were deploying all kinds of machinations, all kinds of maneuvers, manipulations, outright intrigue, some bordering on complete falsehood and fabrications against the character and person of Senator Natasha akpoti-uduaghan. Ultimately now, what they wanted was, they wanted to teach her a lesson, but she took it all. And what we could identify with in our struggle, in the crucible, is the fact that, like so many women in history, she was able to stand firm to confront our adversaries. And ultimately now, the entire thing, whether there is a court ruling that says she should go back, whether there was a dubious attempt by some people to recall her from the Senate, she will be coming back to the National Assembly. And I like the agenda setting tone of the report from the Tribune newspaper in Nigeria, saying she is coming back. And when she comes, the drums, the red carpet should be rolled out for her in celebration. Honestly, yes, she was clobbered, battered, bloodied, but she remains upstanding. And that is the stuff strong people are made of. Now, she's been everything to the people. She's worthy of being seen as an authentic Nigerian hero. However, I have my observation. I don't know how long she's been in London. Why is this crazy about always choosing America, London, elsewhere outside Nigeria to enjoy one's retreat or vacation? I do not know how long she's been there, but honestly, when elected officials do that in this climate in the United States, they would have lots of debriefing to do whenever they return to their country because the interest of the nation is so paramount. And for people like us, yes, we really want to know that Africa is not being offered for sale all over. Sometimes people overlook the importance of all these things. For example, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu decided to get out of Nigeria again. And we were told he would be away for 10 days working visit or whatever kind of vacation. How many times in a year? Whenever he returns to Nigeria as the commander in chief, I know that if President Donald Trump goes on such extended visit to any country outside the United States, there will be so much frenzy, there will be questions, there would, I mean, he will explain himself beyond normal. He would almost be peeling his lips in an attempt to assure the public that he is not dealing away the interest of the country. So whether it is Natasha or Bola Tinubu, I really want to know the excitement about overseas vacation for these people. I want to know that the interest, like they are sworn on oath, the interest of the nation is being protected. Yes, there is nothing wrong for them to spend private time over, but as elected officials, the rule is different. If private citizens like you and I are doing that, it will be understandable. But in this situation, elected president, elected senator who is on suspension, yes, she is on suspension, and to while away time, I know she's always a very busy person, maybe attracting one program or project for our people in Ibira land or not. That is Kogi Central Senatorial District. We do not know. But Nigeria loses when our officials do not really patronize available vacation destinations within the country. There are numerous good places to visit all over Nigeria. So if you do 1 week in London or 3 days in London, why don't you come back and really spend quality time amongst Nigerian citizens? Or is it, is it the situation that once leaders get elected into offices in Nigeria, they really don't like to see the faces and images of Nigerian masses or what? I do not understand. But all said and done, Senator Natasha akpoti-Uduaghan is a quality leader. And I think the Senate will do itself much good to give her a warm embrace as she returns and then let her have all the compliments of her office. And then the harassment, if indeed it took place, the harassment must stop so that everybody will focus on the urgent and pressing goal of nation building. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. All right, join the conversation. Natu is saying, is she going back to the Senate? I mean, we're hoping so, I guess.
Yes. She will be going back to the Senate, indeed.
Yeah. Then, in terms of why is she in London, maybe because they took all her security details away and she's trying to be safe.
Yeah, it could be. Notwithstanding, Nigerian elected leaders should love the country some more and spend quality vacation time with him.
Absolutely. All right, good. Join the conversation, join the chat, the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Join the conversation. Without any further ado, we're just going to go ahead and move on to the other trendy stories. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back.